Hey, what's going on, entrepreneurs, future business owners, and persons seeking self-development? Crass Businessman here. Today's Wednesday, so we're going to be discussing a current event. Today's quote of the day is, "We should forgive our enemies, but not before they are hanged." And that's from Joe Abercrombie. So today I came across an article discussing capital punishment. Governor of California Gavin Newsom made an announcement that stirred a little bit of controversy. He was basically trying to explain that he does not agree with the death penalty and that the concept of an eye for an eye isn't practiced in other areas, and therefore we shouldn't try to execute murderers. His example was that when someone rapes, we don't rape. And by that he means we don't rape in order to correct it. Now I agree on this point, but when it comes to murder, the main arguments against the death penalty seem to boil down to three main ones that I disagree with for various different reasons. The first one is that the death penalty does not deter murder. The second is the associated cost is too high. And the third is that we don't have the right to kill another person, which kind of also blurs with killing an innocent person, takes away all the positive aspects of it, or the potential for killing an innocent person. So my position, first and foremost, is that people need to be held responsible for their actions. This is the concept of fair and equal. For example, if I break something of someone else's, it's my responsibility to fix or replace it. Now, this is a pretty basic concept that most people would probably be on board with. But if you murder someone, you've not only committed an irreversible crime with which no amount of money or effort can fix, but you've probably devastated everyone close to that person. I see no valid reason for why we should ever tolerate this behavior. So to address point number one, the purpose is not meant to deter murder. The purpose is to have the perpetrators brought to justice for the greater good. Now, people often try to defend this by saying, well, then at that point, you're no better than the murderer. But let's look at it like this. Some people in this world are fucking savages. They're relentless, borderline psychopaths that have no moral compass in the worst way. They're the type that'll rape your fucking kids, murder old people. It's sad and fucking sickening. If this person kills someone and isn't stopped, they can kill again. That's an objective fact. One thing you can guarantee, though, is that if you kill the murderer, at least he can't kill anyone else. Also an objective fact. So you take this into consideration, and I just want them brought to justice, so we need to do something. Point number two is the associated cost. I agree with this. It's way too fucking high. The article brought up a study conducted in 2011 that found that California pays, God, get this, $184 million a year to sustain capital punishment. This to me further reiterates the fact that the government can't budget for shit. So 25 death row inmates were executed in 2018. That's about $7.36 million a year per inmate. We're too bogged down with the political correctness and all the other bullshit. If a jury of your peers finds you guilty of murdering someone, why are we putting you on death row for years? In 2010, a death row inmate waited an average of roughly 15 years between sentencing and execution. That's nearly a quarter of inmates. They die of natural causes while waiting on death row. What in the Sam fuck are we waiting for? Just shoot these people. 25-cent bullet straight to the dome. For less than $7, we could have eliminated all the killers in 2018. The problem isn't that the death penalty is expensive. The problem is that we are using the most expensive and roundabout way to solve the problem. See, everyone is too afraid to make these hard decisions. If you're already sentenced to death based off of good evidence and you've had your day in court, why make a charade and, quite frankly, a mockery at a legal system? Let's save taxpayer dollars as well as a whole lot of wasted time and resources and execute people faster as long as there's substantial evidence for that and they've had their due process. Point number three, we don't have the right to kill people, or we shouldn't risk killing innocent people. Now, they also had no right to kill our loved ones, but they did it anyways. When it comes down to it, we need to do what's best for the greater good. If you can't be trusted not to murder, you don't need to waste oxygen. I mean, most people refer to the conventional wisdom stating that, somehow one innocent person executed makes the whole thing bunk. But that's really a load of shit. Because it's been calculated that 1 in 25 people on death row are innocent. That's about 96% accuracy. And this is where the moral dilemma comes in. Is it worth removing 96% of the problem if 4% didn't do anything wrong? Or if 4% are innocent, is it worth it? I say abso-fucking-lutely, and for a few reasons. First off, it's extremely rare to find someone who is legitimately in the wrong place at the wrong time and just completely innocent. The innocence being depicted in this 1 in 25 statistic refers to the persons who didn't commit that particular crime. But the vast majority of convicted murderers all have a super long list of priors. They're given chance after chance after chance, and they still make terrible life decisions that affect everyone else. So are they really just in the wrong place at the wrong time? They just so happen to be at the crack house and definitely wasn't doing anything wrong? Get the fuck out of here. To me, we have to do what's best for the greater good. Because if there's still killers out there, they can still affect other people. And if you're hanging out with terrible people, that's on you. That's about it for this video, guys. Once again, I'm Crass Businessman. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Till next time, hey, stay productive.